A grieving Hawke's Bay man is angry about the way he was treated by authorities during one of the saddest moments of his life.
A slip hit his home in the middle of the night, killing his partner Shona Wilson. And he says the deeply traumatic event was compounded by the way police reacted in the hours and days that followed. He and Shona lived with her daughter Sky in Tutira, a farming community inland from Napier, which remains cut off by road. The raw pain left behind in Cyclone Gabrielle's wake. This is just one of the 11 families coming to terms with the loss of a loved one. What's Cyclone Gabrielle taken from your family?
Everything. It's just ripped my heart clean out.
Bill Crystal and his stepdaughter Sky survived a terrifying experience. But Sky's mother and Bill's partner of 9 years, Shona Wilson, didn't make it. The night of Cyclone Gabrielle, Shona and Sky went to bed. Bill fell asleep on the couch. It's why he's alive today. He woke up at 3 a.m. on Valentine's Day with his world falling down around him and his soulmate missing.
Just trying to find Mum, find Shona, screaming her name, screaming her name. It all happened at once, the noise, the house falling in. It felt like the biggest earthquake you could imagine. And I thought, well, this is the end of time. And then I realised it wasn't an earthquake, it was the whole hill came down. The slip had gone right through the house, taken the cars, caravan, right out into this other paddock. And it was about then I felt the rain, and the rain was heavy.
Torrential rain?
Yeah, like someone had just pulled the plug out of the sky. It was just chaos.
Bill never gave up digging, through the night and all through the day. At this point, there was still hope she was alive, tucked away in a cavity. But then this.
We found the bed. Yeah, we found her. So we found her, and they dragged me away. Didn't want me to see, didn't want me to, you know, because that made it so real that she's gone. There was no hope.
But Bill was still determined to free her from the mud. His efforts, however, were brought to a sudden stop.
The helicopter arrived back with someone else, and he just shut the scene down and said it's a crime scene.
How did you feel about that?
Pissed off. Yeah, really pissed off. It's like, you know, that was my, you know, that was my soulmate there, you know. I couldn't protect her, I couldn't save her, but at least I could get her out.
All he wanted was to see and touch Shona's body.
I said, I want to hold her. No, we can't let you do that.
Bill says to have called it a crime scene was incredibly distressing. It was clear to everyone the slip had killed her.
The crime is, we didn't have enough warning. The crime is they downplayed the cyclone. I said, that's the crime. You know, we went to bed with a false sense of security.
And that trauma was compounded by police when, against his wishes, they took her body away immediately. It was 6 days before she was returned to him.
Nothing's going to bring Shona back. And I know it was Mother Nature that took her from me. But I think these people who run the show need to look seriously at themselves.
Police have told Newshub the scene was unstable. This was an extremely distressing call-out with difficult conditions and an extremely damaged house. The fast-moving events of that night meant our staff were not able to follow all normal protocols.
It's almost going to give you a kiss.
Bill promised Shona if anything ever happened to her, he'd look after Sky, and says it's pure luck he can fulfil that promise. How close did it come to also taking you and Sky?
Yeah, real close. Just luck, pure luck.
He says Shona went to bed that night knowing she was loved. Now it's their whānau's love that will carry Bill and Sky forward into their new life without her. And a Give a Little page has been set up to help the family which has limited insurance. And that Give a Little page is there on your screen, and it can also be found on our website.